Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now you'll see I've already got a bit of eye makeup on, but my Natasha Denona arrived and I went a bit mad because I was only going to get the eyeshadow and the blush, and then I thought, do I want the lipstick? Is it going to look like concealer lips on me? And I saw a swatch from Rebecca's channel and on her Instagram and thought, no, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to risk it. If it is too light for me, then I will just give it to my niece. And then I thought, oh, maybe I need the matching lip liner as well. So I just fancied a whole new look, and I can test it out. Now, I have put on this colour chameleon this morning. I'm not going to take it off. It can act as a primer, but I'm aware that people might want to see this without the colour chameleon on. So I will also do a live tomorrow, and I will do a look without the colour chameleon on. Okay, so I'll use exactly the same products and I won't put the colour chameleon on. But you will see the swatches coming up in a little while, so you'll see what they look like on my arm, the palest part of my arm. So I've got the whole kind of love collection. So this beautiful blush, which is called the Love Cheek Duo, and there's a cream blush and a glow impact powder, and this is what it looks like here. Now I've done some swatches and I will put them here. Okay, now my first impression is I haven't put any of this on my face yet, apart from the lipstick. I did try the lipstick. The highlighter feels quite dry, but that's when I was doing the arm swatch, and we know that that doesn't necessarily mean it won't apply beautifully to the cheeks, and certainly with the cream underneath, the cream blush, it should actually stick, but it does feel quite a dry formula, but a beautiful colour, beautiful. And then we have the eyeshadow mini. Now this is the first eyeshadow mini I've got from Natasha Denona, and I have to say I do like the feel of the palette. Even though it's a mini, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels weighty and good quality, so I like that. I just love these colours. I particularly like this matte shade. It's quite similar to one that's in a Pat McGrath, the Pat McGrath Rose palette actually. I'm thinking of the first Mothership Rose palette, not the second. Beautiful shade. It's sort of like a lilac-y grey shade, and it would be perfect for doing a transition. And of course, I mean, this is just black and purple. It's just me. So I'm really excited to try that. And then she brought out a lipstick that goes with this collection. And as I said, oh, let me just put the eyeshadow swatches next here. Okay, so she brought out this lipstick, and it's in her I Need a Nude range. And I was a bit worried looking at this that it was going to be a bit concealer lips on me. And I've already tried it, and it's not. It's I can just about get away with it because it's got just enough pink. And the thing about this lipstick is when you look at pictures of it, and when you look at it actually even just close up, it looks a very browny concealery shade, but actually there is just enough pink in it for it to be okay. I think maybe if you were a lot darker than me, it may not work. But even then, I'm thinking it probably will because there's enough pink in it. Have a look on Rebecca's Instagram because she did a swatch for me. Thank you, Rebecca. Very kindly did a swatch for me next to the original Pillow Talk. And when I saw it next to that, I thought, oh, that could work. It's worth risking it. And then this liner, which has been out for some time, I'll put a swatch of this lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay, and then this liner, which has been out for some time, but it was recommended as the lip liner to go with this new lipstick. And I've never actually bought Natasha Denona. I don't think I own another Natasha Denona lipstick. I've got eye palettes and I've got a couple of blushes, and I've got a foundation which I've never really used much. I'm not very keen on. But I've never actually owned a Natasha Denona lipstick. And this, by the way, was very, very creamy when I tried it on. And this is a beautiful shade and it makes my lips look huge. And I'll show you a swatch of that here. Okay, so that's the whole collection swatched up. I'm now going to do a look and I'm going to put it over this colour Chameleon, which, by the way, in case you're wondering, is dark pearl. But this colour scheme will work beautifully over dark pearl. It's just, as I said, I apologise if you really want to see it without that. But if I start taking this off and messing about with my eyes, they're going to water. Now, just a quick update before I start this look. For those of you that were following my video yesterday about the eye cream, I put the CC cream on again today. It's working beautifully, but I decided to put it to the test because although it's a really soothing concealer and it doesn't irritate me at all, it's not the best concealer. It is the best soothing one, the best soothing eye cream. And also it wasn't the best shade for me. So I've actually layered Tom Ford's Emotionproof concealer over the top. And so far, so good. My eyes are watering a little bit, but I'm not getting that chain reaction of my eyes are watering, it makes my skin sore underneath, which starts my eyes watering even more. And so it's only watering enough, a little bit, but not too much. So the Emotionproof concealer is coping with that amount of water. So I think it's going to work really well as a base for other concealers, which is really exciting. And I'm just still blown away by it. But we're going to get on now to doing a little look because I can't wait to dip in to this set and do a lovely romantic Valentine's Day. This gets me in the mood. Look at that, isn't it pretty? A Valentine's Day romantic look. So we'll do that now. Okay, I feel like a kid at Christmas. So I'm first going to go in with this shade here into my socket. Let me just make sure that this is nicely blended out, this colour Chameleon underneath. And then I'm going to go in with my Sonia G brush. I must get some more Sonia G brushes. And I'm just going to pop that into the socket. Yeah, as I thought, beautiful kind of transition shade. Now don't forget that underneath this colour Chameleon is actually dark pearl. It's a silver. So that purple that you're seeing is definitely the palette. Blends beautifully. Feels a lot softer than some of the other eyeshadows. I haven't been overly keen on a lot of Natasha Denona's eyeshadows. I love her blushes. Some of her eyeshadows I found to be a bit too dry. But this, so far, so good. Right, now I'm going to take this dark purple and I'm just going to pop that. I'm going to place it actually with a smudge brush. I'm just going to get that smudge brush, I can't say that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to take a smudge brush and I'm just going to place that on the outer corner in my little triangle trick. And I'm going to do that on both eyes to balance it out and relax my lids, because you see when you relax them and it disappears, you want it to suggest a socket that's higher up to make your lids look less hooded. That's what it's all about. That's it, and then I'll just fill a bit of that in there, and then I'm going to take my Sonia G brush again and start blending like crazy. So okay, and I'm just going to take actually what's left on that brush, because there's still quite a bit left, and just pop that underneath like so. Right, now I'm going to try and use as many colours as I can. There's kind of 3 shimmer shades, as you know, on here, so I'm going to, one of them though looks a bit like, this one at the end looks like it could be a nice topper, goldy pink, so I'm going to use that last. I'm going to put this this one on first, and I'm going to get a flat sort of paddle brush to put it on with. I'll be right back. Okay, one like this, a flat one, and I'm going to just put that onto the lid. Pretty, very pretty. And of course this is going to look a little bit lighter without that colour chameleon underneath. They do feel a bit dry, but they don't, it's not affecting the pigmentation. I think where I've not got on with some of her shadows before is where they felt a bit too dry and it's affected the amount of pigment that you get, but that's actually fine. So then I'm going to put this topper, and I'm going to actually put that on with my fingers, because I think it might work better with the heat of my fingers. I'm just going to pop that over the top. Now of course you don't have to make it look that dramatic. If you wanted to just have a softer look than this, then just don't use the middle shade as I did on the outer corners, this one, just use it as a liner instead. But I just wanted to really play around with this today. And then I'm going to take this lightest shade and I'm going to just pop some of that on the centre of my mobile lid and just blend it out with the other finger. That's very pretty and very pigmented. That really throws light onto the centre. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of that one with a smudge brush and just use that as well to highlight. I had a bit of the highlighter from my Charlotte Tilbury brow lift up there, but just want to bring all of this together. And also I'm going to take that in here. Yeah, that's very pigmented. Just put a little bit underneath as well. Now I think what I'm going to do is I've got a really nice kind of black and purple eyeliner from Fenty Beauty, which I'm going to use, and then I'm going to put some of that dark shade over the top to set it. So I'll just get that and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is called Perpetrator, and it's a black and purple, so it'll go very nicely with this palette. And I'm just going to put that on the upper lid. And hopefully it won't start my eyes watering. They're being very well behaved today, thanks to that cream by SVR. Yeah, that goes very nicely with the palette. And then what I'm going to do is set that with that shade. I'm just going to get my liner brush. Okay, so I'm just going to take my liner brush, put a bit of the purple, and then just use that to smudge out that liner. Also, what I'll do tomorrow is I won't contour my eyes quite as much on the live. I'll do a bit more of a kind of day look. Right, I'm going to put on another dose of mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm really going to push my luck now. I'm going to use this liner here, which is also Fenty Beauty. It's a rose gold, and I'm going to put some of that in my lower waterline, and hopefully it won't set my eyes watering. Just give me a little bit of eye brightening. And this lasts really well in your waterline, by the way. There we are. Right, let's try this blusher. Okay, so we got the cream blush, and then we've got this kind of highlighter shade over the top. I'm just going to go in with my clean finger with the cream blush and just dab it on like so. Very pretty. And I'm glad it doesn't look too vibrant pink, because sometimes, as I've said, a purple eyeshadow and a bright pink can look a bit dated, but this looks just, I wouldn't say it's quite a peachy pink, but it's just right. Right, so that is the blush. Very nice. Now, the bit I can't wait for. I'm going to just get myself a little brush. Right, I'm going to go over the blush. I'm going to use this blush brush by Real Techniques. So I'm going to let it be a highlighter at the top, but I'm also going to go over the blush. I think there's a bit of a coating on the top of this, which is probably why it wasn't swatching very well. And I think once that coating comes off, once you get rid of the hearts which I know is a real shame, but it'll actually be creamier. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to try. I think it might be my complexion, but I'm going to just try and wet it, because it's not really showing off. It's a beautiful colour, but it's not really showing bringing out the beauty. So I'm going to get my Charlotte Tilbury sculpt brush, and I'm just going to dampen it a little bit and then try again, because it's nice and it's subtle, but it's not really showing off the colour in the way that I would like. Okay, I've wet Charlotte's. That's better. That's better. And also that top coating's coming off. That's what I expected it to look like, that kind of rose gold kind of colour. And it's definitely, there's a coating on it. And I'm just using my Tolerian spray as it's going quite near to my eyes. Yes, now I like it. Very nice. Let me just try and put a little bit of that in here as well. I'm not sure that you'll see any difference there, but okay, now let's move on to the lipstick. Now I did try this on and the lip liner this morning. I'm blown away by this lip liner. It's such a lovely shade and it's such a lovely formula, and it makes my lips look huge. Okay, it reminds me a little bit of Iconic Nude, but it's just got slightly more depth to it than that. And then this is the lipstick, which is called Amorosa. Now, in this light, it looks concealer lips, but it actually is a lot pinker. I think it's the light that I'm in. I'm going to take a photo, obviously, so that you see it, because actually this lighting is not doing it any favours. It's actually rather nice, and it does make my lips look huge. So I'm really glad. It's really creamy formula as well. And also just wanted to say the other reason that I'm really happy to have this shade is because I reckon this is a perfect shade to go with a blue eyeshadow. It's really, really difficult to get a good lipstick shade when you're wearing blue eyeshadow, and this has got the perfect amount of pink dash nude for it to not overpower the blue, but to give it enough depth to go with it. It's just perfect for a blue eyeshadow. And I'm definitely going to try it with a blue eyeshadow as well. So that is the new Natasha Denona Love set, which I will also do live tomorrow. And as I said, I will do a less kind of full-on eyeshadow without putting the purple in the corner. So that you can see it as more of an everyday kind of subtle romantic look. So tune in tomorrow. I will put up the time tomorrow morning when I'm going live, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm very happy with my purchase. The highlighter worked better for me when I wet the brush, and I think that's to do with my skin shade. And also, as I said, this has got a coating on it. You can see it coming away as I dip into it. And the only thing she hasn't done with this is, you know, in her previous one, she's put like a plastic thing over the cream, which she hasn't done with this, which is a shame, because I'm getting bits of highlighter going into the cream blush. But very pretty, and I just love this. Look at that. So pretty. It's like having new toys to play with. So yeah, overall, I'm very happy with this set, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my video. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Love you all. Mwah.